us in my circle? Who the one who be the snakes? Who gon' fold up under pressure? Who gon' understand the stakes? Who gon' wait to get their food to try to take from off my plate? Who the love? Who gon' understand I'm hurt? Who gon' love me unconditionally and try to make it work? Who gon' party once I'm gone and shed a tear once I'm in dirt? I ain't asking for too much, I'm trying to understand my work.
Welcome to the next episode of Give Me My Crown podcast.
Give My Crown podcast.
And once again, I'm Antonio.
I'm Anson.
And today we're going to talk to you. I know we've already talked to y'all about our opinion on some of the greatest NFL players.
Today we're going NBA?
Yes.
Okay.
So, first of all, I think we can both agree.
Number one ain't a debate.
On this.
Ain't no debate.
Number one overall.
Ain't no talk.
Ever.
Ain't no talk. It's Jordan.
Hands down.
I mean,
we can go on to the next one from there.
On to the next one.
So, well, obviously we both got Jordan number one. 2 and 3.
Okay, so I've kind of changed my stance on 2 and 3. I got 2A, I got 2B. I'm going LeBron. I'm going Kobe 2A, LeBron 2B. Because you think about it, right? LeBron great in his own right, but he ain't got that killer instinct.
Yeah.
He gonna get the stats because he played for a long time without having all these major injuries.
Yeah.
But he lacked something. He played with every year he won a top 50 player.
Well, shoot, I think you could say every year he won, he had a top 5 player in the NBA at that time,
Okay.
or at least a top 10.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Because even, I mean, he had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh.
At the time, they were in there at the height of their career.
You got 3 of the top 10 on the same team
and
in 1 year.
people sleep on how good Bosh really was.
Oh, yeah, Bosh was a killer.
In Toronto, he was 20 and 10, like 27 and 10, like high 20.
Yes.
And then you go to playing with LeBron, he averaging 19.
Yep.
And he had to sacrifice the role to play with LeBron.
Yeah. And then, obviously, he go back to Cleveland. He went with Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
At the time, Kevin Love was 20 and 10.
Yeah, he was a top power forward in the league.
He was.
Kyrie was a top point guard in the league.
He still is.
Then he go to L.A.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis was a top 10 player in the league.
When he healthy.
Yeah,
yes. Pretty close.
So I got the same because like I said Kobe just had that dog in him.
Different, man.
Like he had a torn Achilles and shooting free throws.
I know, man. R.I.P., bro. R.I.P.
I mean, it was crazy.
Kobe was something different, man. Like when you think about his game, man, he dropped 81 points in the game. Jordan never did that.
That's true.
It was like he did stuff like, yo, it's on my back. Let me take care of this.
Yes. Yeah, he was hands down. Like I said, he just had that killer instinct in him. And even the last year he won a championship.
Yep.
Look who he won it with.
He had Andrew Bynum and he had Paul
Gasol. But at that point, Paul Gasol was not at the top of his career either. He was on the way down.
He was finna start to decline.
Yes.
Andrew Bynum, we all know that story, tragic story, because he was definitely he had the potential to be a great player.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Yeah, yep.
So who would you say? Let's go 90s era. Back from that time frame.
90s.
Who was obviously besides Jordan and Kobe, who was your next favorite player behind them?
In the 90s, my favorite would be
go 90s to early 2000s.
Tracy McGrady.
Okay.
He was, to me, the real rival to Kobe. Like Kobe says, hardest player he had to guard.
Yes. So I would either go him or AI.
AI was the toughest person in the league at the time.
Yes, and
didn't care.
He was the one person I hate to see never win a championship.
I know, but Tracy, I'm like that with Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
I'm like that with Melo too, though. I want Melo.
I would love to see Melo win because I think Melo got cheated out of a Rookie of the Year.
He did. He should have won.
He should have won that over LeBron, hands down.
Denver handled the situation, but Denver and Melo handled their trade.
Oh yeah,
Melo should have waited until he was a free agent, then went to New York. But all the pieces they had to give up to get him, they sacrificed a lot.
Yes.
If Denver, like I saw an interview, Melo said Denver was ready to go into a rebuild.
Yeah.
If Denver keeps that team together,
yes,
and they get stronger, They win. They go
Oh,
to
yeah.
they go to the finals.
That's hands down. Who do you think is? Well, I guess I was gonna say who do you think is the best player to never win a championship? But I guess we
Yeah,
just
we just
said
touched that.
AI, T Mac, Melo. Do you think? Do you think if T Mac never got hurt, where do you think he will rank amongst the greats?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. He should have been on top 75. I don't care what
Oh yeah,
nobody
hands
say.
down already.
He should have been on top
Yes.
75. Not put him on there was a disgrace.
Yes.
If he does not get hurt, he's two to Kobe.
Yes, I think so.
In my eyes, like, and the only reason I can't get LeBron a clear number 2, like, okay, everybody had eras. You had the Jordan era, you had the Magic Bird era, then you had the Jordan era, then you had the Kobe era.
Yeah.
This is Steph Curry era.
Oh yeah.
It was no real LeBron era.
Yeah, that's true. Because even when you say it's LeBron era, you still got like 2010 to 20. You had other people dominating that same. It wasn't solely LeBron dominating that era.
If you look at, like you say, it's their era. They were the most dominant player.
Yes. Yeah, and like you said, Steph has taken over the game.
And don't get me wrong, Miami LeBron was on a different level.
Yes, he was.
But
and not even taking nothing away from LeBron and how great of a player he is. Like, he's hands down a great player.
Too cocky though. Jordan never said he was the GOAT.
I think that was already understood though.
But you missed my point.
Yeah, that's true.
A man said, at that moment, I knew I was the GOAT.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no, don't do that. But he is the Jordan of this era.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's the hard part.
And then, like I guess the hard part now, where kids saying LeBron is the GOAT, they've never seen Jordan play.
Never seen Jordan in his prime. Like, you hear people saying, as they went up and Jordan went up, Jordan was still going up and they were coming down.
Yes.
Like,
and it's different from watching highlights than when we was watching Jordan back in the day.
and think about it, they said the man, he on the court, he'd be like 48, 46. You're like, what is he doing? Until you realize he kept it back from 50 and dropped 50 on you.
Yep.
Or before the game, he said, yep, I'm about to get 60 tonight. Like, who does that?
Yeah, same incident with Kobe.
Yep.
Watching interview with Iman Shumpert.
Yep.
He said he had an excellent game, whole game. Started the fourth quarter, Kobe came to him, good game. He was like, what you mean good game? He said, it's a whole quarter left. He was like, pretty much, I'm glad you had fun.
Yep.
It's my turn now. And he said Kobe turned up after that.
And I think it was, I forgot who it was. They talking about, it might have been Gilbert Arenas. So they were on the court together and everybody was like somebody did like a play.
Yeah.
They were like, good play. Kobe said, I thought that was a good play. He was like, nah, that wasn't the best basketball play you could have made. He coaching the other team saying like, what you should have did was this.
I mean, he was hands down on another level.
He was, man.
I mean, and obviously some players hated playing with him because they felt like he was a ball hog, but he explained that.
Yeah, man.
He said, you don't show up to practice, if you can't practice, I ain't passing you the ball.
Kobe said, like, I'll be at practice with you. I see the shot you take. You know, like, dang. And then, you got to do him like that, Kobe.
And then he said, in the off season, he don't travel with guys. He said, you my enemy. He said, pretty much, you my enemy.
Yep.
I'm not traveling with you.
Yep.
And then he said, guys, I always ask me, hey, come out to the club. All right, I'll go out to the club, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be at practice with me if I go to the club.
Be at the gym with me, yep. And I think for who it was, but it was a rookie, and talking about how Kobe, it was Chandler Parsons.
Yeah.
He said how Kobe, like they played, he was all starstruck, like, oh man, I'm playing against Kobe. And he said, no, like Kobe gave it to him, was like, hey, you go to the club, just drop my name pretty much.
Yeah. And
Kobe covered the bill for him. Like, people don't tell those good nice stories of Kobe, you know. And the story with him and Dwight, though, that was a little, you know.
Yeah.
He knew they weren't going to work because Dwight called him about producers in the club. He like, nah, this ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Because I need you in the gym, not the club.
Yeah, Kobe was just, like I said, R.I.P. Kobe. Kobe was just different. Yeah. He was a different breed.
He was, man.
Like, it was ridiculous.
He was built like Jordan, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, because he imitated his game from Jordan.
Yep. Who is the most underrated of all time to you? I mean, I'm saying all time.
The most underrated. That's a hard one. Because you got I feel like without injury, so many injured players would have been great.
That's true. Like Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy was going to be a dog.
Bro, all of them game when he was Dame time before Dame
yes.
time. Like, that joke was nasty.
And then, I mean, you got the Grant Hills.
Yep.
Ain't no telling what Jay Williams would have been.
Man, because, okay, the year before he had the motorcycle, before the year he had the motorcycle accident,
yeah,
he was just having a coming out party.
Yes.
I was like, dang.
And then Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose
he was my favorite player at the
time.
He
was ridiculous. Like with the ball in his hands, he was ridiculous. I would love to see him win a championship.
That's why I'm scared of John Morant, man.
Oh yeah, same thing.
Rose. Yep.
It's so explosive. It's so explosive. And I mean, you want to see that in basketball, but then again, it scares you.
Yep.
Like, because Derrick Rose was the same way, and he blew out both his knees.
Both his knees, man.
And it's scary because that's something you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't come back from. You can't come back and be the same
player. Yeah. KD though, he had Achilles, came back and was the same. Well, it's not knees though. It's not knees.
Yeah, that's true.
But for a long time, if you took your Achilles, you couldn't be the same player.
But KD is not the type of player they are either.
He's a shoot.
KD
sharp shooter.
I mean, they're known for driving to the hole, rising up.
Yep.
That's what they were known for. Yeah. KD can pull up and shoot the three.
That's true.
Yep. He can shoot the mid range. He can do. He got a post game. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not like that. Like the Ja Morant.
He's more skill versus athleticism.
Yes. Yeah. Like Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook kind of reminds you of a low budget Derrick Rose.
I'm gonna say Derrick Rose can shoot. Don't do Derrick Rose like that.
That's what I said, low budget, because Westbrook he padded stats and he's hands down a good player.
Yeah.
But his style of play is
he play hard though.
Yeah, he do.
From the time they blew their whistle to they blew it at the end, he played hard.
Yes, and honestly, that's why I think he's not working in. I think he needs to. He's not going to work with LeBron and.
That's why he's a sixth man now. He embraced that role of being the sixth man. Him being the sixth man works.
Yes, it does. Yes.
At first, he
with
had
all three of
time.
them on the court. Yeah,
he had a hard time.
It ain't gonna work.
But if him and Anthony Davis on the court, it works. It's something about LeBron's game that people don't play. Somebody has to sacrifice their game.
Yes.
And if you're not like Kyrie was more of a scorer.
Oh yeah.
LeBron hasn't played with a star point guard and it worked. I think about Kyrie, as much as he's a point guard, he's more of a two. He's more of a scorer.
That's true. He's more of a scorer. I think him and even if you look at that series with when they won, Kyrie won that. Kyrie won that game.
He cooked Steph on that play though. I ain't gonna lie.
He did that pull up jumper.
Yeah,
he did. Who do you think is? Obviously, we know who the best shooter is.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, hands down.
Hands down. Like, it's ridiculous.
Who do you think? I guess how do I put this? Do you think if the trade would have went through with Chris Paul to the Lakers, how many championships do you think they would have won?
I think at that point it's a conversation of, is Kobe the greatest of all time?
That's true because Chris Paul is.
That was his prime.
Yes, and he wasn't known to be a scorer. He was known to be a facilitator and a playmaker.
Yep.
So if you pair him with somebody like Kobe,
it won't just Kobe though.
Yeah,
they had Paul Gasol.
Yeah, Paul Gasol, Lamar Odom.
Yeah. So even if you give up Bonham, you still had a squad, and that's what people don't understand. Like if that trade goes through, it's the worst block trade in any sport in my life.
Yes, and the NBA rejected that trade.
They did,
but then they turn around and let LeBron go to the Heat.
And then you let them do the Kevin Love trade.
Yes.
They had the number one pick for Wiggins.
Yes.
People act like that didn't happen. Like, they had the number one pick and say, no, we'll get rid of Wiggins. You're going to get Kevin Love. So.
And even talking about Wiggins, he's coming to when he first came to the NBA, everybody thought he was. I ain't gonna say he was necessarily a bust. He was a letdown.
But because they typed him like he was the next LeBron.
Yes.
But the issue was, man, every player ain't meant to be the man.
No, he played his role, and he was actually decent. He wasn't the player everybody expected him to be, but he was decent. But now it seems like with the Warriors, especially in the playoffs last year, he's coming out like as his own.
Yep.
And he's playing the role he needs to play, and obviously is working at this point.
I agree. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I think the most underrated player ever is Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, he gets recognized for winning the championship with the Bad Boy Pistons.
Yeah.
But he was a point guard of point guards. It can be it was the era he was in.
Yeah.
He's with Magic. Magic is like Magic is top 3 point guards. Because I don't know if you put Steph in there. If people call Chris Paul the point guard, I don't agree with that statement.
Yeah.
I feel like Chris Paul ain't won nothing.
That's true.
So you the point guard with no rings.
That's true.
Like you can't be the point guard with no rings. And I love Chris Paul game. I feel like he got hurt with Houston.
Yes.
He got hurt at the wrong time because I know you're a Steph Curry fan, Warriors fan. But they would have beat them if he was healthy.
They may have. Do you think he's going to win one with the Suns? Do you think
No.
Do you think they're going to win at all?
No.
So you don't think him and Devin Booker can pull it off?
No, they don't play well together.
That's true.
Like, if you look when Chris Paul is out, Booker's game goes here.
Because he's a star player.
He's a star player.
He can't play with another star player.
Yep.
He has to
another star guard.
Another star guard, yes, that's true. You give him a big man, then he can play.
Yep. Like him and Aiden's game both go up when Chris Paul's out.
Yes.
So that's the hard part of like Chris Paul's knowledge of the game makes the team better.
Yes.
But it hurts
certain players.
Games.
Yes.
Because like Mikal Bridges?
Yes.
But Chris Paul on court, his game goes up.
Yep.
But those two, they kind of go under.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part with that. Do you think, speaking of teams like that, do you think Denver could win with the Joker being that star player?
I think if they keep him and Murray, I think they may eventually develop enough steam to win because it seems like they have the pieces because they're always good during the regular season.
Yeah.
Always good. It seems like when they get to the playoffs, that's when they start to fall off.
I agree.
But I think they have the pieces to win. Right. Whether they'll win, I don't know, but I think they have the pieces to do it.
My favorite right now is probably I'm a Luka fan. I think Luka is the next great player. He's the second coming of Dirk at forward. But I think at the same time, if I'm looking at young talent, I think it's something about Boston I like, man. With Jalen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because everybody on that team is young.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part, the core.
Yes.
Yeah, the core.
Yes.
I said Al Horford out there old, man.
Yeah, he ain't got much time. Do you think Luka will ever leave Dallas, or do you think he's there for the long haul?
I think he's there for the long haul. I could be wrong, but I think he's there for a long haul.
What about trying to think other players? KD, Steph Curry.
We talking about being there for a long haul. This is a question for you. Is LaMelo in it for a long haul in Charlotte?
It depends. For me, I say it depends. The reason I say that, they are never going to win anything without a big man. They got LaMelo. They got, obviously right now they got Terry Rozier averaging, 20-something points a game.
He leaving. They're going to trade him.
Oh, yeah, I know. Then they got Gordon Hayward. He's always injured.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
They had Miles Bridges. He
legal trouble, yeah.
They got P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington's coming to his own. But they need
iffy.
P.J. Washington is
iffy. Sometimes.
He's sometimes.
Yeah.
I think if they tank this year,
go on get it there.
You already know what I'm gonna say.
Go on give it.
If they tank this year and get the number 1 pick for Wimbledon,
I don't know.
If they tank
the French kid, yeah.
If they tank this year and get him, I think him and Melo would be a force to reckon with.
But you still ain't got a son though.
He's 7 foot.
He's 7 foot, but he's not gonna be banging the post with these Suns, man.
I understand that, but he could. I mean, he can do everything else. He can do
true.
everything.
He can. He can be point guard.
Yeah, if he wanted to. I don't know if he could be point guard.
He could. He got handles, man.
I know he got handles, but can he be a point guard?
I'm saying he can
In
bring
the
the ball
NBA.
up court. No.
All right.
But if you need him, he can be the primary ball handler. Bring the.
I mean, because he can spread the floor out too. Because LaMelo is good at driving.
Yeah.
So you bring Wembanyama to the 3, you got to bring the center out to guard him because he can shoot.
I think LaMelo is underrated though. He's a star, but he don't get the credit he deserves. Like
No.
he should be with his game a top 3-point guard right now.
I think it's in Charlotte and him not having the surrounding pieces. Because I mean it's not like they got a decent team because they got Terry Rozier. If Gordon Hayward was always healthy, they may be all right. If they had a center, they'll be all right.
If you look at the year, well, I ain't gonna say because Gordon Hayward ain't never been healthy a whole year in the last 4 years. But it was Bridges, Hayward, and him.
That was last year.
No, not last year. Year before, right?
That was last year because we barely missed the playoffs.
They look good.
Yes,
but it's like, but without having pieces, there's like really good pieces.
Yes,
it's like he gotta do too much. Try to carry the load,
and that's that's the problem of Charlotte. We've never had a true dominant center. We had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard actually played decent for us.
Dominant though.
I know
he wasn't dominant. Then.
No, he was good. He was still good though.
Yeah.
Like I think he averaged 20 and 10 with us.
Probably about 15 and 10.
But he had the best year he's had in a while with us, and then we let him go.
Yeah.
And then we go and sign Bismack Biyombo.
But he had a great year before that, though.
He was a defensive player, though.
He had a great year, though.
Defense and rebounds. We need a scorer. Hey, he's a great defensive player.
Hey, man.
He's a great rebounder.
Pick your poison. He was rebounding, blocking shots. They're like, yo, we need him here.
But we need a big man in the middle that can score. We had Al Jefferson, but he was already at the end of his career. But he was good when he played for us, but he wasn't his dominant self like he was when he played with the
Y'all need a center that can run the court.
Yes.
With LaMelo.
Yes. That's exactly what we need.
Every now and then, guard there, hit a 3,
Because I think him and Miles Bridges would have been good together had they had time to develop.
Yeah, I mean, that's Miles Bridges' fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Try to be a rapper, you start doing the rapper things, is all I'm saying.
I don't know if he's ever going to be back in the league.
I think so.
You think so?
I think somebody will touch him.
Is him taking
time off?
Is him taking this year off and possibly next year or however long he's going to be out? Is that going to tarnish his game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
the more time you take,
how much? Like because you got to ask: is he working out now? Is he still trying to get better, or is he worried about his legal problems instead of basketball?
Or is he rapping? You don't know. Like
exactly.
He could be working on his rap career.
He might be.
You never know. I think the hard part of the whole thing is when it comes to like looking at teams is like I can look at players and like they would do good together. Could you imagine like Luka actually getting help?
Oh yeah.
Like
yes.
And if LaMelo gets frustrated, he'd be like, you know what, let me go over here. Like Luka ain't never had a real point guard.
Do you think Zion has been healthy for a while?
They look good though. I ain't gonna lie. Like that team look good.
Yes. If Zion stays healthy, if he stays healthy for the long haul, Zion's gonna be dominant.
He like to eat, man.
Yes. Like it's ridiculous how dominant he's gonna be.
He gotta stay under a certain weight.
Yeah, I know.
To collect this whole contract.
Yes.
I'm rooting for Zion, man. I hope if Zion does stay underweight, he gets his full contract. And that team is young. Besides, CJ McCollum is like the oldest person on the team.
Yeah, and Zion's game, I know he's a big man, but he's so versatile. He can do it all.
As long as he keep working on his game, man, like he can shoot threes.
Yes, he can shoot threes.
He hits threes.
He could drive.
He can drive, man. He can dunk on anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So if he keeps working on that, he has the potential to be very, very dominant.
I agree. Keep working on his game. I think it's something about Brooklyn, man. I want to see Brooklyn win a ring. Can they win with the current roster they got?
I don't know. I think if they don't win,
if it ain't this year,
I think is KD and Kyrie, are they done after this year? Or did they sign, or how many year contract they sign?
I want to say KD re-upped.
Okay.
Kyrie is the one who doesn't have a long-term contract.
Okay.
He on a 1-year deal this year.
Because, I mean, if they don't win, one of them is leaving.
I'm going to tell you something, man. The way Kyrie balling right now, Kyrie getting a long-term contract with somebody.
Oh, yeah. I don't think if they don't win, it won't be the Nets, I don't think.
Yeah.
But it will be, I don't know who out there.
Well, I mean, they get rid of Ben Simmons. Like, look, Nets, let me say this. If y'all want to pay somebody to go out there and not shoot the ball, call me. Like, I will go out there and not shoot the ball. And if you want somebody to put up just some shots, I go out there and shoot the ball too. But Ben Simmons is scared to shoot the ball, man.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have a wide open layup.
If I'm getting paid $30-some million, bro, I will shoot the ball.
Oh, yeah, hands down. That's what they hire you for.
I don't care if I missed the shot. I'm going to shoot it.
Yes.
He played defense.
Yeah, he's good. He's good on defense.
He can handle the ball.
Yes.
But he won't take a shot.
At all.
But you see all these videos in the summertime, him shooting threes.
He pulling up threes. He pulling up half court.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this the same dude?
I think it's Photoshop now. At this point, I'm like, yo, this some CGI. They making this stuff up because in the game he won't shoot it off.
I mean, he won't even attempt it.
Not at all, man.
I mean, at least if you're gonna miss, but at least attempt the shot.
So, like, he had dealt with some injuries. So, who you think is the greatest player if they had never got injured? We say Brandon Roy. Do you think he's the greatest, or you think it's Grant Hill? Who do you think was the greatest that dealt with injuries that could have been great, but never was great?
That's hard. I would put that either. It's like 5 players I put that between.
What 5?
I got Brandon Roy, Grant Hill, T-Mac, Jay Williams, and Derrick Rose.
Okay, I was about to say, if you don't put Derrick Rose in there somewhere, bro, something wrong.
And no particular order, but those are my 5. If one of them 5 would have never gotten injured, like they're up there with the Jordan and Kobe type.
I think Derrick Rose had the greatest upside.
Oh yeah,
because he was young and MVP already.
Yes.
So you couple that with maturity.
Yes, because he was unstoppable.
That's why I say it was never a LeBron era. LeBron won.
Yeah.
But you saw Derrick Rose ascending.
Yes.
He was coming. And he loved basketball so much. Basketball, he lived, eat, breathed basketball.
Yes. And that was even with T-Mac. T-Mac,
he never get a team. He ain't never get him a squad.
He what? Oh yeah.
I mean,
he had that killer instinct in him too.
13 points and how many seconds?
What? 15 seconds?
Bro, I'm chasing right now. I've been watching that game. I was like, this is unreal. Everything he threw up.
I mean, it was ridiculous. Yep. And then he had how tall was T-Mac? What?
6'8".
6'8"?
Yep.
And could play any position on the floor, literally.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. And it's like really thinking about this thing. If T-Mac and Kevin Garnett would have took one step back, they would put up a bunch of threes.
Oh yeah,
because they both shot long too.
Yes, they did that. Wichita is probably one of the best mid-range shooters ever.
Who?
Larry Hughes. That's all he did.
That's true.
That is all he did.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Somebody I feel like don't get the credit they deserve. Dirk Nowitzki, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Yeah,
Dirk.
I think him, and I think somebody who I don't know if they don't get the credit they deserve, but they were good in their prime.
Who?
Gilbert Arenas.
Hibachi. Bruh, he was Steph before Steph.
Yes. I mean, it was when he played with him, Larry Hughes, Antoine Jameson. Like, they were ridiculous.
I'm telling you, man, that boy he called it.
Yes.
Hibachi.
I mean, they were ridiculous when they played for the Wizards.
Steph and them celebrate before they shoot a shot, turn around.
Yes.
He was doing that then.
Yes.
Like, I'm a Wizards fan. I would literally watch them play to watch him play.
So I was a Wizards fan when he played. I liked the Wizards because of him back in the day.
Okay, so you be switching teams. Okay.
No, all right. Now, as you can see, I don't go for winners because we ain't won nothing in Charlotte.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, I pick winners. In my lifetime, I've seen football and basketball championships. I only seen one in basketball. I ain't gonna lie, but that was one of the greatest years of my life, man.
I remember that.
It was all these Dallas Mavericks fans just came out of the woodwork.
Oh yeah. Everybody was a LeBron fan before that.
Yeah, I'm like, nah. I'm the only Maverick fan. I'm the only Maverick fan I know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you've been a Maverick fan. I mean, shoot, I've known you since we was 4 or 5 years old.
I was a Bulls fan.
Yeah.
And when Jordan retired, I was like, I gotta find me a team.
Yeah, I remember you was a Mavericks fan before the Mavericks won. Because So we used to play 2K and you play with the
I'm gonna
Mavericks.
tell you something, but speaking of the Mavericks team on 2K, Michael Finley, Steve Nash, and Dirk, I'm shooting threes all day, boy. I ain't going to the basket one time. I'm running and shooting threes.
So if Luka left the Mavericks, would you still like the Mavericks?
Yes. I mean, bro, I'm a Cowboys fan. That should tell you so. I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my team. So I mean, I don't think Luka lead though. I think he got that Dirk in him, man.
I think he's gonna stay. My teams, I mean, obviously I like the Hornets because we're here in Charlotte.
Yep.
And I like the Warriors, but if Steph leaves the Warriors, I'm done with the Warriors. I like the Warriors because of Steph.
Dang, man.
And you know, I've always liked Steph.
He was at Davidson. I'm like,
when he was at Davidson.
Like, bro, because he light skin, you like him, bro. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah. So when he lead the Warriors, I mean, I'm done. He's the only reason I watch the Warriors at this point. So if he lead the Warriors, I mean, he can come home and would be good. Give him a
retirement 1 year deal. Okay,
yeah.
I got you. He ain't gonna win them, but I mean, you can do that.
We get Wimbalele, whatever, Wimbalea.
And look, man, if you ever want to come on the podcast, I call you the French kid, but he messing up your name, just so you know.
However you say it.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, if him and LaMelo pair up, I think they could be something great.
And he is good as they hype him to be.
Oh yeah, hands down. Yes.
We've seen the videos, but can he do it against NBA talent?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Because like Luka say, NBA too easy. And he ain't win no championships, but he putting up 30.
I mean, look at him though.
40 points.
Yes.
I mean, he make it look easy. He just needs some help. You know.
Oh yeah, if you give Luka a big man or a point guard.
But you know what though? It might not be. Luka may be the problem because he got hurt. Then when he ball, it's Jalen Brunson.
That's true.
When he's out, these players step up.
Yes. One
thing about Luka, he has a high ball usage.
Yeah, that's true.
He has the ball in his hand too much. He got to move that ball around.
Yes.
And it comes with time. He ain't but 23.
Yeah, because he only how long has he been in the league?
2 years, but he came in when he was
He been in three or four years.
I mean, but he came in when he was 19.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And he wasn't that hyped before he came. I mean, obviously people knew who he was.
Yeah.
But it's not like he was first overall talent.
Yeah, they said he was the best in Europe. That's what they kept saying.
Yes.
Best player in Europe.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, cool. When we traded up together, I was like, okay, we getting Luka.
He came out
and then I saw him play. I'm like, this kid, nice.
Because when I heard about him, they kept saying he the best. Y'all traded. Because what pick did he go?
So it was between him and Trae Young.
Okay.
So at the time, I'm watching college basketball. Like Trae Young, a monster.
Yes.
Like give me Trae Young. Trae Young, the next coming of Steph. So I'm thinking like, so we gotta go Trae Young. They're like, Dallas Mavericks get Luka. I'm like, Luka.
When they did that, I thought it was gonna be another Darko Milicic getting selected over Melo.
But I was watching the draft when we did it, and the dude was like, Dallas just won the draft. I'm like, for real?
Yeah.
He was like, I watched this kid play. He's ready. He's been playing against grown men since he was 15. I was like, okay.
I mean, to this point, he hasn't disappointed.
He hasn't, man.
And he's healthy. He's had healthy seasons.
I feel like Giannis is disrespected though.
Yeah. Oh
like,
yeah.
We keep, like I said, Boston. I be doing it too. I want Giannis to leave Boston. I mean, leave Milwaukee. I'm sorry. I do. It's like Chris Middleton has an old man game. I love Drew Holiday's game. He a dog. But it's something about the rest of the team. I'm like, if Giannis leave there and went to any other team, and I'm saying, Giannis, you can always go to Dallas with Luka. I'm just saying, y'all pair together, Mark Cuban, make it happen, man.
But how long do you think Chris Middleton got left?
Man, he played like he ain't got but like 2 years left.
Do you think they would get rid of Giannis or Middleton first?
Nobody's getting rid of Giannis. Giannis got to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah, Giannis gonna leave at some point.
So do you think they would trade and get players to play with Giannis before Giannis would leave?
I think Giannis smart. Giannis ain't gonna tell them he want to leave. He gonna wait till he go to free agency then leave.
And then leave.
Yep. Giannis seems like a smart man. Like he gonna play it close to the vest, and he wants. If Giannis in a major market makes more money.
Oh yeah,
he knows that.
Yeah.
So if he goes to a major city, Dallas is a major market. Just saying, Giannis, it can work out.
I think him and Luka would would work good together.
And you know what, man? Him and LaMelo will work good together too.
Oh yeah, he ain't coming to.
I'm just saying though. Think about it though. Like LaMelo will run the court
Yes,
and throw him a oop in the heartbeat.
yes.
You
But
know?
I mean, look at the players we pay.
Yo, Jordan, if you want to pay me, come out there. I will come out there because I mean, you be giving some of these contracts. I'd be like, what are you doing?
I mean, we gave Nicholas Batum
Batum
all
got
this money.
Machi.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, he was good when he played for the Blazers. Was it Portland?
It was Portland, but he won't never start.
No, he was an average player.
got-
He was a little bit better than average.
Y'all gave him over
And
100
we gave him
million.
125 million at the time.
Bruh.
That was one of the highest contracts in the league. He came to us and I'm like, yo, what is this? Then we turn around, we give Lance Stevenson all this money.
Bro,
Lance Stevenson ain't do nothing.
he got a check though.
Oh, he got a check. And then we gave Gordon Hayward that big contract.
Yeah, man. I could have told y'all it wasn't gonna work.
He ain't played a full season yet. I don't think he played a full season since he's been in the NBA.
No, he did. When he was in Utah, bro, he was healthy. Then he went to Boston. And
Yep.
He had that leg injury.
Yeah.
That was the
That
same.
time he broke. Yeah, that was bad.
Yo,
when he
bro,
broke
I'm
it.
telling you,
Yeah.
I've been watching that, bro. I was like, ooh.
Because if he would have never got Gordon Hayward was good in his
Bro,
prime.
he was something special.
Yes, and if he could have stayed healthy, he would be right. But
Yo, did we go to that game together? It was Utah versus the Hornets. Did we go to that game together?
Yes, we did
Yeah.
actually.
And he was balling that game.
Yes.
Man. Like, I was like,
Yes.
this boy nice.
'Cause I think we went to. We'd have been to so many
Yep.
games. I remember back in the day, we used to go to the games, literally $5-10 to
Yep.
get you in the game.
Yo,
Back when we was the Bobcats.
Bobcats. Yeah, man. We caught some real cheap games.
Now,
I saw the Bobcats kill the Lakers though one year. Like Kobe and them, they beat them by like 25.
yeah. I think that was the worst decision that the Hornets ever made was
Trading
not
Kobe,
draft-
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Not keeping
They
Kobe
drafted
for,
him, but
for
they
yeah for
traded him,
Vlade Divac.
Then they told Kobe, like, yo, we ain't gonna play you.
Yes.
You better be glad we traded you.
I bet that is the worst decision in sports history,
Mhm.
like ever.
It is, man.
It's ridiculous.
I agree. But I know we're gonna have like cousin Fred complain about this episode. So Fred, this is an open invitation. We need you to come on and talk about the NBA, man.
Yeah.
So this is your episode. So there will be a part 2 of this for cousin Fred.
Yeah, we definitely got to bring him. You know he going to have something to say. He going to watch this and he going to text us.
Y'all ain't talk about this person?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talk about that person? Y'all gonna say the most underrated? Y'all just all over the place.
Yeah, you know he going to say that. Oh, y'all just going to disrespect LeBron like that? I can hear that now.
Yep. Now, Bron, if you ever want to come on the podcast, let's do it.
Yep. So,
Who we giving the crown this episode?
sure.
Nobody? I'm giving it to MJ. Forget that, man. MJ,
You got to.
get it. Yeah.
You see what say you
The GOAT. I see it. I see it. I see it, man. And my boy Tracy McGrady need a crown too. Tracy, I'm sorry for all your injuries, man. You were my personal favorite player. I even told people you was my cousin growing up.
Yeah,
man.
he did.
And he was coming to field day. He was coming to field day.
Coming to field day at Bonner Middle School. Like, hold on. You don't know no Tracy
And listen,
McGrady.
man.
This is my cousin.
My cousin, man. Hyped up. Tracy, let the people know we family somehow. Yeah, man. But part 2 coming soon.
Yeah, definitely.
So what we always tell people saying every episode.
This is more than a podcast. We handing out crowns.
Hand them out.
Who the love it, who the hate? Who the realest in my circle? Who the one who be the snakes? Who gon' fold up under pressure? Who gon' understand the stakes? Who gon' wait to get their food to try to take from off my plate? Who the love? Who gon' understand I'm hurt? Who gon' love me unconditionally and try to make it work? Who gon' party once I'm gone and shed a tear once I'm in dirt? I ain't asking for too much, I'm trying to understand.